Okay, I know what you all are thinking. Is Johnny, you made a lore episode over a month ago and you ended it on a cliffhanger. Since then, I don't know what is happening. So, alright, just because it's you, I'm gonna give you some lore, okay? Give me 1 second. Just gotta do this quickly. And then we go behind here and... Ooh. Ripping that out. Yep. No, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, why not poke my eye out? No, that's great. Yeah, actually, that's fine. Outfit change, lore, I guess. Okay, I have no clue if that's what you guys wanted, but I did update my skin, like yesterday. I made like a whole new skin base. Made a whole new thing. Look at it. This is the new Scavenger City skin. In lore, we're just gonna pretend that it's always looked this way. I've always had this weird black eye with the scar. The clothes have always been this torn up. It was always this way. This is history revisionism right here. Welcome back to another episode of SMPVideo, everyone. I know it's been a little while since the last episode, and it's been even longer since we've had a non-lore episode, because I completely forgot that the last 2 episodes I did are lore related, and I didn't build anything, so... And I still have so many projects to do, and while the server isn't coming to a close anytime soon, we should really start thinking about other projects we still need to do. So we're gonna take this little board. It's raining. Thanks, game. First things first, we need to finish the base. And finishing the base basically means getting every single building up in here. Every single farm needs to be decorated. This is probably just gonna be like a park thing. I don't know what we're doing here. It's not gonna be all buildings, probably. I have actually worked a little bit on a couple of things here and there. I've made this little room back here, and I also started work on this building. It's gonna be a cafe honey type thing. I might swap out some blocks. I might make the not deep slate but regular stone to make it a bit lighter. I don't know. I'm just kind of winging that build on the spot and hoping it's gonna be right. That's the biggest thing that we need to do. Another big thing that we need to do is finish the rail network, which is also a thing that we've actually been doing a little bit. In case you don't know, or just need a reminder, me and Labda, we are like a train company this season, kinda. That's part of our goals. And we have been making some train lines. There's one around here somewhere. I forgot where it is. There it is. Trains. Now that line actually goes all the way to a little place called Gorando. And in Gorando, I am actually building a saloon, which we also need to finish. Lore. We need to do some more lore. That's not gonna be in this episode though, because we just had 2 lore episodes. So, you know, sorry. And then finally, I kind of realized I centered this one kind of badly, because I only have one other sign to place. I guess we'll place it here. This is what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be building a shop. But more importantly, we are going to update the Chambers of Peril. Those are our big goals for today. So hopefully at the end of the episode, we can just chop this down and be very nice, happy friends. This is why my inventory is such a mess, by the way, because I have actually already kind of started updating the Chambers of Peril. And if you forgot or simply weren't there when I made the Chambers of Peril and just need a little information, essentially the Chambers of Peril is this mini game that I built on the server a few months ago. And I was supposed to do a, I guess, part 2 update of it. I was planning it for February. It's now like June. It's fine. It's basically a game where I need to destroy this. You go through all these rooms and you try to make it to the end without dying. The only caveat is that you cannot regenerate your health, so you'll have to get as far as possible. And these are all the big rooms here. There's like I think 24 rooms on the top of my head, and it's due a new season. However, with that new season comes a different playstyle, because you can already kind of see it there. I have been doing some redstone work. That's why I couldn't step on a pressure plate. That's why this button is here. That's why that door is here now. It all has to do with the redstone, and I don't think I can really show you the redstone that easily here. You can kind of see it, I think it's better if we just go into a test world though. And we are now in my Redstone testing world, which honestly I don't think I show off enough. Because aside from a Redstone testing world, this is also just a general world where I build things and like, look here for the subway station. This is all the designing I did for it. That's it. Nothing else. But here I can kind of play around with things. There's some Season 2 stuff in here for the ones that have been here for a while. Season 3 stuff. I don't remember what that is for. All of this probably had to use at some point. Even some Season 1 stuff in here. Also, I think in here is the original Chambers of Peril. Yeah. Anyway, here is the spaghetti redstone of mine, because this update of the Chambers of Peril is going to be all about speed and speed running rather than, you know, conserving your health. It's still going to be part of the game, it's just not going to be everything, you know? So basically, here's how it works. It starts with this pressure plate, which activates a little self-locking T flip-flop type of thing, so you can't activate it multiple times. And once we do that, it sends a bunch of redstone this way. It will, first things first, lock this hopper, but it will also deactivate this flip-flop, which will unlock this hopper. And in this hopper is our, like, timing stuff. It's gonna be timed with, I don't know what item yet. Probably gonna make a unique little item for it and rename it, but for now it's just leaves. And it very slowly counts up, and then you get your score. And then when you're at the end, it will do the flip-flop again, and this hopper will lock again. However, the hopper underneath here is also still locked, so you can still see your score, because else, you know, it will get drained immediately. So if you've seen your score, you wanna reset the system, you just press this, and it will all go into a little elevator back to the top, all reset and good, and then there will be like a little kill chamber here where you can die. Now the reason why it is so slow with like timing things is mainly because getting the items back takes a while, and I don't want the reset process of Chambers of Peril to be too long. Like if we didn't slow it down, you would get multiple stacks of leaves in this chest, and it would take a while to reset, and you'd have to wait a while, and that would be annoying. Now there's two other little things. First things first, obviously you might die in the chambers, so if you just die, the bed will be here, you respawn. You can simply just press this button, and this button will reset everything. And then finally, if I just put like a bunch of things in here, let's just do 2 stacks, it will obviously start spitting them out. But I don't want people to go into the Chambers of Peril while it's still resetting. So I have a little line right here, which will go all the way here and lock this door. And then if everything works correctly, and it should, because I tested this, the door should open when the game is ready to be played. And we see no more items, so yes, we can play again. And yeah, this is all gonna be about speed. I did some of the first rooms already. It's not completely done. I'm gonna have to maybe tweak them a little bit. I still need to design most of the rooms. But once I did, we can build them on the server, which is what we are going to be doing right now. Let's get going. Time-lapsing. You know, a lot of times whenever I do these types of big projects, I always kind of start this type of clip off with, oh boy, that sure took a long time. And because usually and including this time, it has taken quite a long time. Usually it's because either like some real life stuff happened or like something went wrong with the project, like I didn't have enough resources or like some other things. And don't get me wrong, both of those things happened during this project as well. But this time it's also definitely my own fault, and I'll talk about why that is in a second. But one thing for sure, it is done. Mostly. I'm contemplating whether or not changing the sign to show like the update, but then I'd have to redo the whole sign, and at this point I don't really feel like that, so I think we're gonna call it quits, at least for now. So let's go down here. This has taken me quite a while, and to be honest, we're not gonna make the shop today, by the way. I already had an internal meeting with myself about this a couple days ago. It ain't happening. I want this video to get out now because I've been working for it for like a week and a half longer than I was supposed to. Okay, anyway, there's the new rules here for Chambers of Peril speedrun. I'll quickly go through them so you can just pause and read it yourself if you want. I'll explain most of this anyway right now. But you'll basically, if you want to read it, you can read it. Yeah, contest. There's gonna be a contest again because also I can't get people to play. And that's about it. Okay, so basically, this is Chambers of Peril speedrun, which means speed. And it means that you need to go and get the lowest score you possibly can to win. Now, I say the lowest score and not the lowest time. We'll get to that in a second. First things first, things work basically the same. I gave everyone some new chamber keys. If you don't know, chamber keys are what you use to get into the thing. This is mostly the same. There's a reset button here now for the Redstone system. I think last time I showed the Redstone system, the door would still be open when like the system was being run by someone. I changed that, so now it will just be closed whenever someone's running the chambers. Quickly fixing that. Good. So yeah, here's the chambers. We'll go do a test run of it in a minute, and then I'll explain more about how and what here. But we're gonna go to the end because basically your goal is to get the lowest score possible, right? So this timer starts when you step on that pressure plate, and it ends when you step on this one at the end. And then over here, it explains it. Here's where your final time will be. And you also need to count your remaining half hearts. These are actually used to calculate your final score. It will be your final time minus the amount of half hearts you still have. So if you manage to keep all your health at the end of like your run, you get minus 20 points on your final time, meaning that, you know, if you had a time of, let's say, 40, you would halve it. I think the best I got was full health with 32, so my best score is 12. And I basically just did this because, you know, health is still a very important part of the identity of Chambers of Peril. I wanted to give people a really good reason to keep their health, because it is quite good for getting a low score. It's not just about going fast. Anyway, then you reset the thing, you jump into the pit, which will get you back to the start. And aside from that, it's basically very similar to the original Chambers of Peril. Yeah, the only difference is also that it's a lot easier, because this time I actually also want to, you know, get people to the end of the entire stage. And in its simplest form, that is really about it in the terms of Chambers of Peril speedrun. You just go fast, don't take damage, and that's about it. So why the hell did I take so long doing it? Well, first things first, I had to design the whole thing, but like that actually wasn't too bad. The real problem here is that while I was tearing down the Chambers of Peril in here, I had a realization. The original Chambers of Peril will now no longer be available to the public. Now obviously, SMPVideo isn't a public server, but when we would have to do a world download, you would be able to play the Chambers of Peril. Obviously not anymore, because I tore them down and made like Chambers of Peril speedrun. So the original one was gone, and that was kind of an issue. I think Isaac even made a joke when I said I was working on the new one that it was lost media. So obviously that wasn't good, but I still had the original Chambers of Peril in my Redstone testing world where I initially designed it. And I mean, sure, I'd have to like change a few things that I balanced while on the server here, and I'd have to, you know, not make everything dark blue. So it wouldn't be too difficult to simply, you know, make a custom Minecraft map with the original Chambers of Peril in. All I'd have to do is just kind of copy and paste it with World Edit and tweak it. So that's exactly what I was going to do. However, did you know that I also have Chambers of Peril speedrun right next to it in my Redstone world? So what was gonna stop me from, you know, also copying that one and just giving you Chambers of Peril speedrun in advance? Nothing. So that's exactly what I did as well. But if I have two versions of Chambers of Peril, I'd have to find some way to make you travel between them. So I might as well make a little hub at the start of the map. And I mean, if I make a hub at the start of the map, then, you know, only 2 buttons there will be a bit less. So maybe I should add a few unlockables and a few extra changes and secrets. And before I knew it, I was coding advancements, I was figuring out how to change sign MBT data with command blocks, and I even made a statue of myself. And you want to know what the best part is? You can play it right now. It is on Planet Minecraft, first link in the description. That is right. I made an entire map for Chambers of Peril for you all to play right now if you wanted to. Obviously, I would not advise like the server members to play on it because it might give you an unfair advantage at the contest, but I mean, afterwards, go ahead. Or just play the original Chambers of Peril again if you want to. It has a bunch of extra unlockables, it has custom advancements, it has a bunch of modded stuff so you don't have to do all the berry stuff that we have to do on the server. You can just walk in and play. It is actually beautiful and so much easier. That's why I spent most of my time doing. Actually, this thing was designed in a few days and getting it on the server took like a week because I was busy with that map. But it's done now. It's completely done. And now everything that still needs to happen is wait for everyone to be done with their finals and we can play it together. I'm not going to be part of the contest again because I made the game. So I think we're gonna do another test run right now. Now, if you either are a server member or want to play the map yourself and don't want to get spoiled, obviously maybe skip this part. There'll be like chapters in the description. But if you do want to see what the chambers are, you're never going to download the map and you want to hear a little bit about my thought process behind it and stuff like that, then you, my friend, are in for a little treat. And oh, the door locks, and it will now stay locked until we either die or make it to the end. So that's good. Level 1, please go fast. This is kind of an introductory level. Oh, I should add, I added a bunch of tips. In the original Chambers of Peril, there were like 2 tips, I think. And I was like, wouldn't it be fun to add like a bunch of them in every single level? So there's another one over there. I'm not going to show where all of them are. It's a fun little thing you can discover for yourself as well. Ouch, okay, that's bad. And level 2 is another thing, which has split paths. One of them will be easier than the other, but the other one will be faster. But we're not going for speed right now, so I'm just gonna go for the easy route here. So these first 2 levels are basically just here to introduce the idea. I cannot parkour and talk at the same time, apparently. They're basically here to just kind of introduce you to the chambers, but to be honest, they're not that much more difficult than the later like levels. I think the chambers here are very much like similar difficulty. Okay, level 3 is only natural. We take a bunch of natural blocks, and your first instinct might be to jump down there. You're not supposed to do that, it's a fake. You actually need to use this. Yeah. And then obviously one of my favorites, drip leaf parkour. Now this one's actually a little bit difficult, but I think it'll be fine. Maybe I'm too good at parkour though. Level 4 is tricky parkour. There's just a bunch of weird trick parkour things, mainly ladders and beds, but also a funny little door trick. So here we're ramping up the difficulty again. Again, also kind of testing your Minecraft knowledge a little bit. That was a big point of the original Chambers of Peril. I also really like the overall vibe of the chambers now. Like the original chambers, they had these big walls that would separate each and every room. Now it's a lot more open and you can actually see the entire thing, which I think really helps with the whole like going fast bit, it makes it feel so less claustrophobic. I don't know, it just feels like it's so much more open, which is very nice. This is one of my favorite things I made. This is the minecart level. It's all about minecarts and their different uses. So here you have to abuse like where you get put out. You have to do a minecart clutch, which is not too bad. You have to do that. And there's even here one where you have to go through a wall with them. I think this is my favorite level of the entire thing because it's just so creative and fun to play as well. Where full block. This is a one where, I don't know, I just got a bunch of blocks that aren't full blocks and made parkour with them. This one's definitely inspired by the advanced jumps level from the original Chambers of Peril, which is like the one with, well, the lanterns and all the other stuff. And obviously we have scaffolding jump here. It's kind of iconic part of the original Chambers of Peril, to be honest. Not as iconic as Timothy, of course. If you remember little Timothy, he's all the way over there now. Oh, this is actually really good. Yeah, the entire level is just kind of like a cave for Timothy, and it's very much RNG where he is or not. You have these two big blocks where you have to jump over, and you're just gonna get lucky that he's not at the start. Oh no, there's I forgot, this is on a slime chunk. I hope this is not gonna go too well. Level 8 is just a final level, just designed around slime blocks again. So actually this guy's right at home here. Yeah, I don't know. I like the slime blocks from the beginning, wanted to bring them back. And also, if you're doing this fast, it really feels like a climactic final thing. Especially with this jump going back into the minecart, boom. And that should be it. That wasn't too bad, actually. I mean, we took so long. Oh my goodness, that was very long. But again, we can take off, how many is that? That is 17, which means that our final score would be 68. That is a terrible score, but that's fine, because I was talking constantly. But you can see that it isn't really that difficult, and honestly, it's not really that difficult to like do this with full health either, but I think that's a good thing, because that also means like the less skilled players are still having like a shot at winning, because I did take the easier routes and I did take more of my time here. But while if you're going really fast, you're more likely to mess up and stuff. So I hope this also kind of balances things out. Anyway, let's reset the system. This might take a while, and then we jump into the epic bit of supreme victory. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I did actually remember some lore things. I don't know if you remember the last episode, but I had an extensive segment with Isaac, in which a bunch of things came to light, including a weird, like, military bunker station of the south of Adamak, which Isaac told me was Ricky's doing, or at least he flew there. So, you know, I had to interrogate Ricky, and I mean, it had been like, I don't know how many months since our last meeting anyway, so it was due anyway.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I have brought you here for a very specific reason.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
We haven't done one of these in a very long time.
I know, but there's a good reason that I brought you here today.
Okay,
so
I'm curious.
I'm just gonna say this right now.
Yeah.
Were you ever at a mushroom island southwest of Adamak in like a secret bunker base?
What?
Were you ever at the southwest of Adamak in a secret bunker base?
No.
Okay.
There's a secret Adamak bunker.
There is a secret Adamak bunker thing with like weird surveillance shit, weird military shit. I don't know if you've been to Adamak recently. I don't know if you've seen the military base and everything that's been going on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, Johnny. It's been a hot second since I've been anywhere.
He said that you flew towards an island with a bunker on it? And he specifically stated that it was you multiple times.
Right.
So...
Alright. Here's my theory. Here's my theory about Isaac. Great that you've told me this.
Right.
Because, you know, us and Isaac, we are maybe a little bit competing on the world stage, if you will.
Right.
He's got his seashore lines. He's got his bus services, which never run, by the way. I haven't seen a bus on the server, maybe ever.
That's true.
But he's got his seashore lines too. I think this is a conspiracy to break us apart. And make the conglomerate seem less strong and less cool. That is my theory.
Right. So you're absolutely 100% sure you've not been...
Yes.
Okay.
Why would I go to Adamak and set up a secret military operation?
I don't know either. This is just what I've been told, and I just wanted to confirm, like, you know, that you're not building like a secret military thing.
Have you seen me last season? I'm like the peace and love guy. Why would I do that?
That's true, but I mean, the season before that you weren't, but...
Well, that was a very different me,
right.
You know?
That's in the past. That's really the main reason why I brought you here.
Right.
So...
Okay. Well, I mean, while we're here, we might as well, you know, catch up a little bit. Haven't spoken to you in a while, you know.
True.
How are things, dude? How's it been faring?
I haven't AFK'd the gold farm at all. I haven't built the lines to spawn yet that I was supposed to build.
Hold on. Let's. We have a nice little bucket list
we do,
here
actually.
of Conglom things.
Okay, so AFK at gold farm.
Yes.
I have not.
Have you done that?
I have not done that in the past 5 months.
Okay, great.
That was still.
We have to cook.
We have to cook.
Who wrote this?
Probably me.
What are we cooking?
Stations and lines, of course.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Which
I have been doing that.
You have.
So...
You have been doing that. I have not been doing that. I was supposed to do spawn.
You have a very fancy, cool station.
That's true. That's true, actually.
But literally nothing else. So
I helped build the Goranda. I helped build the Goranda line.
Oh yeah,
slightly.
You did do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, this list is so funny. Literally everyone.
That is true.
Okay, next one.
This is an important one. We
build
need
CEO boat.
We were gonna build.
Remind me, S. Johnny. What is the CEO boat?
Okay, so I don't know if this has been in a video of mine, but basically, I had the great idea. You know that there's a helipad on the top of this.
Yes.
On the top of this building. What if we build a boat on it?
You know what? That sounds like a really good idea.
We need to do that.
Okay, build CEO boat.
CEO boat. You know what? I'll get onto that. I'll write my name on it even.
Alright, find Jeffrey a beautiful wife.
Right. How are we gonna do that?
You know...
Jeffrey.
I wrote this one down because... You know, I've been looking at Jeffrey lately and he looks kind of lonely. Like his eternal smile has been kind of turning into a frown. Slowly, very slowly.
What are you saying?
I say, what if we find him a nice woman?
Ooh.
And not just any woman. A goopette.
Oh. So you wanna...
Goodette.
You wanna make another slime shop monster. But a woman this time.
Jeffrey's always, you know, I didn't make him, I birthed him.
Oh, of course, I'm sorry.
I can birth another slightly disturbing, yet somehow really cute.
I don't need to know the details. I don't need to know the details, dude.
Creature.
Yes, of course.
That you can go inside and
don't phrase it like that.
Wife.
Wife.
What does that mean? Woman.
What does that mean?
What does woman like? The color pink.
So?
I've been farming cherry leaves for no particular reason. So maybe, you know. Alright, and then...
we can brush up for that. We can brush up for that one. That's fine.
Okay, that's not... Yeah,
okay.
That's not important.
What is this?
Make kill potato store.
What does this mean?
This is to compete with Isaac, because he made a genuine East Queen food. As you know, it only sells potatoes.
Oh.
Now, what if we make kill potato store?
What is
and sell potatoes that kill you?
How?
Well,
poisonous potato.
We farm some potatoes.
Okay.
Put them full of pesticides.
Oh, like
Spice
that.
them up with some poison, rat poison maybe, and sell them.
Wait, I thought you were thinking that like the store was gonna kill them, like the floor just crumbles underneath them when they like.
Oh, we could also do that, definitely. Yeah,
like
100%. We should do that too.
Oh no, I've not shown the new advertising board.
Yeah. So this new map mod that we have, it allows us to do some very funny things. One of which is basically just upload any picture we want onto a massive map.
That's true.
So we decided to make an advertising board with our faces on it.
That's me.
That's a good old wolf over there.
That's the best picture.
And there's me. There. These are the faces of the conglomerate.
Oh, we still wait. Do I have some warped signs, actually? Faces you can trust. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and I keep forgetting.
Glum faces you can trust.
I even have glow exacts in my inventory.
Yeah, let's go. Looks so much more professional now. Let's just ignore everything else that is here that's involving maps.
We're not gonna look at that.
We're
a family-friendly server.
We're a family-friendly server that discusses family-friendly things, and there's definitely not.
Oh, it's definitely not there as well.
I call this meeting called.
Alright.
Goodbye.
See you in 5 months for the next one.
Yes. See you at the end of this season when that's probably when the next meeting is gonna be.
True. And that should basically be it for this episode. Next episode we have our work cut out for us. We obviously still need to make the shop. We need to make a boat, and I want to at least make like some sort of design for a disappearing floor that's resettable for the shop. I don't think I'm gonna make the shop because I'm already making a different shop, you know. So if you don't want to miss all of that, and you sure don't want to miss a boat on a helipad, come on now, then you should definitely subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I hope the next episode won't take like 2 months again. Sorry for that, I was busy with school. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed watching it, and if you end up playing the Chambers of Peril, please let me know what you think about it in the comments, and maybe give me some feedback and stuff. And have a nice day.